Dude, okay, this is going to be a really, really quick podcast. This is a weekly figures. This is Monday, and the reason being is because I've run 11k today. Oh yes, I have, and I've got to take the kids to school, so it'll be really, really quick. On Wednesday, by the way, we've got obviously tomorrow we do Clough Road update. Probably our worst week yet for Clough Road for move-ins, but we'll go into that tomorrow. Wednesday, Gavin Shields, I'm coming for you, baby. Gavin put a post on about showing prices or not showing prices, and obviously, I've got a reaction, and I disagree. And we're going to go through it all on Wednesday's podcast. I can't wait for it. Really looking forward to it. Do you know what? The great thing is there's no right and there's no wrong. And both of us are just trying to get the best result for, ultimately for us. But in that, then it gets the best result for you guys as well. So it's good for everybody, because the more and more we double down and look at the figures and look at the data, the better it is for everybody else, because we're trying to show what works and what doesn't. And sometimes what works for one person might not work in another situation, another area, another city. So we've got to keep that in mind as well. So although we disagree, I love the data that Gavin comes up with. It's thought-provoking, and that makes me think at a higher level about it. And hopefully I do the same for him as well. The only problem is I would love him to come on the podcast and talk about it, and no doubt he will do. The only problem is that he's so bloody suave, isn't he? That I always come across these suave people. What was it on the European conference as well? Travis Morrow. Oh, he's such a cool dude, and so I've got to have my data on point to have that debate. All right, guys. Anyway, onto the figures. Right-yo then. 39 quotes for Clough Road last week, and that was an average quotes for 5.56 quotes per day. Number of reservations were 13. That's a conversion rate of 33%. Anything over 30% is smashing it out of the ballpark. Love it. Number of forward move-ins is 7. That's 54%. Number of move-ins last week was 12. So that was a conversion rate of 31%. Again, anything over 25%, I am chunking at the bit. I love it. So well done, team. So total number of new square foot moved in was 960. We had 6 other move-ins, which meant that we had 1,370 square foot move-in last week in Willoughby. Great stats there. What else is it? Number of times a van is rented out. The van was rented out. Well, we haven't got a transit van anymore. It's come to its end of its tender? Lease? Lease is a better word. It's come to the end of its lease, and we're debating if we're going to get a second transit or not. It makes money, yes, but it's also the time as well. The time that Angela, James, Vanessa, Claire has to put in to do the walk around, and it probably takes 25 minutes a day. And is it worth it? Maybe even a bit more. Then the scratches, etc. Is it worth having 2? Don't get me wrong. It's always worth having a van, but is it worth having 2 vans? Because ultimately, we're here to sell self-storage. We're not a van hire company, so we're going to trial it and see what happens. We're going to test it, and then we'll come back to you. So obviously, the Luton was rented out 7 times last week. I might increase the van price of a rental. I think I will do an extra £5 or something per day. So 160 quid. 160 quid might as well be in my pocket than the customer's pocket. That sounds bad, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's exactly what I mean, to be honest. And ultimately, that's over £1,000 a year, and it all goes to the bottom line. Okay, so where did the quotes come from? 23 came from Google. That's 59%. 6 came from word of mouth. That is 15%. 7 came from passing by. That's 18%. And 2 came from social media. That's 5%. Everything else was 0. So total square foot moved in, 1,370. Total square foot moved out. Here's a word from our sponsor. I don't even know if we've got, I don't know. Anyway, if we have, let's insert it here. If not, I do need to get back to all the people who's, hopefully you'll see some new sponsors soon. Right. So square foot moved out was 1,235. That means a net result of 135. Woohoo! Is 135 square foot up. Amount of rooms moved in was 18. Amount of rooms moved out was 18. So we've got 370 internal rooms occupied, 2 containers in, 1 out. So we've got 43 containers rented, no car parking in or out. So we've still got 6. Store occupancy is 82.67%. Average sales per move-in for merchandise was £29.55, which is good. Anything over 25 quid is jumbo. This isn't so good. The amount of insurance sold this week was 52,000. That is £4,333 per move-in. Next week's move-ins. Here we go. This is the one that I'm obviously really interested in. We've got 13 move-ins due this week, and it's for 1,135 square foot. So we're we're good there. Anything over 1,000 is amazing. We've got 10 move outs due next week for 920. I reckon we're going to be 600 square foot up this next week at Stormont. There you go. You've heard it here first. Okay, revenue check. We took £25,000 across the 3 sites last week. £25,589.29, £2,006.59 from Clough Road, £3,983.39 from Beverley, with £150.48 of bounce direct debits, and Willoughby took £19,599.31 with, holy shit, £1,118.10 of bounce direct debits. Wowzers. All right, my friends, stay tuned for tomorrow. Sorry it can't be longer. I know you love listening to me bark on about random stuff, but yeah, I'll have to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's episode. All right, guys, girls, have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.